Courtney Vandersloot joins us this morning. Hey, what's up, Courtney? How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us. So what was that energy like when you had that home opener, you guys took home the W?
Oh, it was so awesome. You know, there's been so much buildup coming to the home opener, and we were so excited to kind of be out there in front of our fans and, you know, put on a show for them.
Now, you were with the Chicago Sky. You helped them win their first championship, so you bring that championship pedigree to this squad. What is it that you're going to bring over to this team to help the Liberty try to do the same?
Yeah, well, I remember just how special the first one is for our franchise. You know, we experienced that in Chicago, and that's exactly what I look to bring here is just a little hard work, grit. My strength is getting people involved, and of course we have a lot of threats. So, you know, just look to playing a fun brand of basketball and high energy, high pace.
Speaking of threats, your teammate Breanna Stewart scored a franchise 45 points. 45, which was crazy, had everybody going wild. And here's something that she said. She said, it's much better to be on Courtney's side than against her. So what is it like when you have to build that chemistry with other superstars along the way?
Yeah, you know, there's a learning curve to it. It takes time, but, you know, fortunate for me, Stewie, there's not much learning curve. It's pretty easy because, you know, Stewie is just a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. She makes everybody around her better. She makes my job easier, and she really put on a show for everyone in our home opener. But I think you're going to see a lot more of that this season.
You played in Russia for 4 years with Brittany Griner. What has it been like to see her after she's been released?
Yeah, it's just been so amazing to see her back on the floor, but most importantly, just smiling again. You know, you can really just feel the energy that she has when she enters a room, and that's something that I'm so glad that is just the world can see now, because that's something that's really special about BG.
You know, women playing overseas has been a topic of conversation. And then one thing that comes from that conversation is, you know, why don't they make the money that they need to make here so they don't have to go pursue another season somewhere else? You know, we saw Women's March Madness, and the ratings were up, the most it's ever been. We know that people love the sport. The games are as competitive as ever, and the athletes are phenomenal. Why do you believe there still is that pay gap, and why do you believe that women still have to go play elsewhere to make the money they deserve?
Well, women's basketball is still growing, and it's at its highest point right now. I think people are really starting to respect and watch it. And I think that we're still growing as a league, especially in the W. We're still fairly young, and, you know, we're making strides, and it's baby steps. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think that we're in the right direction. And, you know, people are going to come and see, but we need people in the seats, and that's how it's going to happen.
We need people in the seats, and I also believe we, as media, need to do a better job of telling the stories. Just like the NBA, we need to dive into the lives of these athletes so fans feel like they know the athletes, and we will continue to do that. Thank you so much for joining us, Courtney Vandersloot, and you can watch Connecticut Sun take on the New York Liberty right here at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.